What's up guys, Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles, and today I wanted to do a different type of series for you guys. Summer is on its way and lots of folks are scheduling their travel for the year, or they may still be trying to figure out their credit card strategy. Well, I've done a few videos on the high-end hotel cards, but I've come to realize that one, not everyone wants a super high annual fee travel card, and two, even those of us in the credit card game maybe don't want to go all in on just one hotel program. I can definitely understand both of those things, so I wanted to do a video series on some great mid-tier hotel cards. Now, these cards will have annual fees, but they won't be hundreds of dollars. Today's card is only $95 a year and it offers plenty of perks and packs a pretty good punch. I'll go over the card and I'll tell you who it's for and how you can really maximize its value. Before I do that, if you're new here, I talk about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, and travel. If you're interested in this type of content, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm posting consistent on-topic videos multiple times a week, and we have a very positive, fun community here. As always, if you get any entertainment or any real value from this video, slap that like button for me. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And also, I do have a link for this card and a few others if you want to apply or get more information in the description below. So with the intros out of the way, let's get into it. Today I want to talk about one of my favorite cards, the American Express Hilton Surpass card. The Hilton Surpass card is the middle tier offer from American Express, and it sits between the entry level, no annual fee Hilton Honors card and the $450 a year Hilton Aspire card. Right now, this $95 annual fee card is offering a super bonus. 150,000 Hilton Honors points for spending just $3,000 in the first 6 months of card ownership. And that offer is good until April 5th. Now, before I continue, I want to be clear that this card earns Hilton Honors points. Hilton Honors points generally do not have the same value as some of the transferable currencies. Lots of sources on the internet peg the Hilton Honors point value at 0.5 cents to 0.6 cents per point. Now, I mention in every one of my Hilton videos that I generally get a better value than that. I personally value my Hilton Honors points at between 0.65 to 1 cent per point. Now, critics will tell me that that is because I cherry pick my redemptions. And my response is, guys, who doesn't cherry pick their redemptions? I mean, they're my points and my travel, right? Of course I cherry pick my redemptions. Back to the bonus. $3,000 should be fairly easy to spend in 6 months, and it's even easier when you see the bonus categories. This card earns 12 points per dollar spent on Hilton hotels. Now, your actual earning rates on your hotel stays will depend on your Hilton Honors status. We'll talk more about that later. The card earns a very respectable 6 times points on the following everyday categories: groceries, dining, and gas. And I want to mention there is no cap on that spend, so if you're like me, you can earn a ton of Hilton Honors points just at the grocery store. Here's where the card starts to get a little more interesting. It earns 3 times on everything else. Now, I know everyone loves to repeat the 2% floor on all spending, and that's absolutely true. We have to get at least that most of the time. But let's look at 3 times points for just a moment. If I'm getting my low-end value from the Hilton Honors points, then 3 times should give me 1.95% back in Hilton stays. I know math is math and that isn't as good as 2%, but if I'm getting better than 0.65 cents per point, say I'm getting redemptions of 0.8 cents, well then that 3 times is 2.4%. I know that's a slim margin, but for your non-category spend, this card does make sense. We'll talk more about that later in the video. Suffice to say, this card can do a lot of work in your wallet. It's probably not going to sit in your sock drawer. But at the end of the day, this card comes with an annual fee and we need to make sense of that fee. So what else does this card offer? Well, for one, you get to jump the status line all the way up to gold. Now, I can't go over the entire status program, but I will link a video in the description that does that. Let me just say that when you stay at Hilton properties, you'll earn 80% more base points. So not counting the points you earn from the card, you'll earn 18 points per dollar spent on your stays. That is 10 points plus 8 just for being gold status. Gold status also gets you a food and beverage credit. Now, this was a huge deal when Hilton changed the program from free breakfast to the credit, but depending on what property you visit, you'll get either breakfast or between $10 and $25 a day for up to 2 guests. I'm always amazed that folks will get really upset about getting up to $50 a day for food and beverages. It's one of my favorite benefits. I always take advantage of this. Having gold status will make you eligible for room upgrades. Don't get too excited about this because it's not likely to be a regular thing stateside, but when it happens, it's a great bonus. This next benefits value will be different for everyone. The card holder is granted a Priority Pass Select 10 Visit Pass. This means you will have access to over 1,300 Priority Pass lounges worldwide 10 times a year. If you don't have lounge access, then this is definitely something you could value. The final benefit I'll mention is the wild card benefit. To me, this is what makes this a great card. After you spend $15,000 in a calendar year with this card, you'll receive a free night certificate. Now, the power of the Hilton certificates is that they are generally uncapped. As long as there is a standard room available, you can use this certificate with a few exceptions. This is why I went into detail about the 3 times earnings on the everything else category. If you could find a way to get $800, $900, or even $1,000 of value from your free night, then that everything else spend just earned a lot more. I get questions about this frequently, and people ask me if it's worth it to spend $15,000 on this card, and my answer is always, that's the biggest reason to get this card. Now, I get it, if you are a lower spender, it's just not realistic to put $15,000 on this card, then this card is likely not for you. The Hilton Honors No Annual Fee card could be a better fit. Let's review the pros. Great earner, possible free night, lounge access, and pretty substantial status perks. Cons, $95 annual fee. You have to spend for the free night. It's not automatic. And that lounge access is limited to 10 visits. My personal opinion on this card? Well, I have this card, in addition to the Hilton Aspire card. It's a great pair, but that's not always obvious to very many folks. The Hilton credit cards are the reason that Hilton properties are my primary hotel. In my opinion, Marriott has the best properties, Hyatt the best program, but Hilton has the best credit cards. I think this is a great card for those that don't want or need top tier premium cards. I definitely recommend that if you have it, you use it. If not, I'll remind you that after the first year, you can downgrade to the no annual fee version. The card has a great bonus and great earning potential. Hilton has a huge footprint, and the last thing I'll say about Hilton is this. If the property you stay isn't up to snuff, or you have an issue, in my experience, Hilton has always tried to make it right with me. I'll also add, if you want to go hardcore, one technique to help reach the minimum spend quickly is this. Several times a year, you can purchase Hilton Honors points at half a cent each. You can buy up to 160,000 Hilton Honors points per year for $800. And remember, you'll earn 3 times on that purchase. And again, if you want to apply for the card or you just want more information, I will provide a link below in the description. Hilton also has a shopping portal, but it is far inferior to what I normally use, and that is Rakuten. Rakuten is a great online shopping portal for cashback, or you can opt to earn American Express MR points in lieu of cashback, making them much more value, at least for me. Use my link below and you can get $30 cash back on your first purchase of $30 or more. Do it, it's free money, and hey, use your Hilton Surpass card. That's it for me. If you guys have stayed around all the way to the end, I thank you and I appreciate every single one of you.